Hi, so happy to have you here. If I have a partner who is not very understanding when it comes to some problems we have, I will be very careful the way I tell the person things I'm blaming myself for and things I did wrong. When I'm going through all this self-blame, even living in guilt of doing some wrong things in that relationship, I will not really want to tell the person, because I will want to see that person tell me his own mistakes, where he has gone wrong and how he regrets, even how he tried to make some amends. Then I will see that this person has really come out for this relationship. He's giving like his 99% plus in the relationship. Then I'll come out with open mind and point on everything I've done that is wrong in that relationship, and how I'm going to fight so hard to make sure that I amend. I stop doing those things that are wrong. Because self-blame brings your morale down, makes you feel less, like you are not confident enough to face the person, to feel yourself, your strength, to be yourself and carry yourself the way you want to carry yourself, or even present yourself. When you start having too much self-blame on yourself, then you are like you're not fit for the relationship, because the relationship needs a lot and takes a lot from you. Being a human being we are dealing with, human being can be very smart at times, that the person will see those your weaknesses, those things you have admitted that you have committed, and put every blame on you at every time in a way to use it against you. Then whatever that goes wrong is because you are not good, you can't behave well, you're not well trained. Some things, this give the person even the right to start calling you names, because you have taken yourself, give it to the person, you've lay yourself to that person to do with you whatever the person wants. So being smart will help you a lot in trying to know who this person is. How does he treat the matters concerning you people? So that you are in safe hands. Then you can say, this is my relationship. I will go to every length to save it. Even in your mind, you'll be thinking, oh, when this person is so wonderful, like this special person, I better do everything to make sure that this relationship works, and put in my works in making sure that I change in my ways, the places I'm lacking, that I meet up in them to make my relationship work. But living every time in self-pity cannot correct mistakes. Neither will it uplift your strength to make you a better person. But you waving these things aside, saying, I've made mistake, but I will correct it. Living in the mindset of, I'm not really a fellow, but I'm going to find ways to correct the mistake I made. But even when somebody is doing the next thing, that the person first have it in mind while doing that, and saying, I don't have to make mistake. The other day I did this, the other day I did that. I have to make sure I don't make mistake. Me, how I go about my own is that I put so much self-respect on my own when I'm doing something with my partner, because sometimes I'm afraid of doing something that I will do that will take away my respect, like the kind of regards that person have for me, that the person will start treating me anyhow or talking to me anyhow. I don't want that kind of thing. I want the person to see me as someone very unique. That when the person talk to me, the way the person will approach me will seem as if the person have respect for me. That I like so much than any other thing. It means a lot to me, because immediately I start losing those values, I start feeling too inferior. I start feeling like I'm not worth being here. And this is why I blame myself less in many things. I take advice, I make some corrections, and I move ahead. I'm a human, so sometimes I even find it difficult to do a particular thing or some things that are so difficult for me to amend or adopt to. But I still try not to live with this guilt. Most partners or most people out there do not feel guilty. Why some people feel so guilty about everything. I take myself for example. When I do something wrong, it could disturb me for a long time. I start blaming myself and thinking I would have done it like this and do it like this. It would have been better. How could I have made these mistakes? But some people do not feel like that. So when they don't feel like that and me, I'm busy feeling like this and disturbing myself, this can spoil my relationship. Because relationship, when I cannot really be myself around that person, the relationship will have so much problem as when I did something more bad than this way I'm feeling, because something is disturbing me. It doesn't matter what disturbs me. This me feeling guilty, blaming myself for every mistake can destroy me, can destroy my personality, can destroy my life more than the things I did wrong in a relationship, because it's me trying to destroy myself by myself. Me seeing myself as a failure, that I have lose in this and I'm doing, or I cannot. See, others can do this, but me, I cannot. And the more you start putting that doubt in yourself and start not seeing that less value in yourself, your partner starts to see it. When I go every time to tell the person how I cannot do this, each time I go to this person, I tell the person how I have tried to be a good person, to behave myself in this relationship, but somehow I don't see myself behaving that way you expect me to behave. First, this is saying that I am someone who is not living up to the expectation the person wants me to live. Secondly, I'm reporting to this person as if this person is my teacher in the school, who is teaching me something and trying to see that I reach my goal, but I'm not reaching my goal. So each time I go to this person and tell the person I am weak, I cannot. That is by telling the person that what you expect of me, I can't do it. I'm not able to make it. I'm telling the person that I am here now, the little one who is weak, who needs a push, and you need to help me, carry me up so that I can reach that place you want me to be. Without your help, I can't get there. But normally, relationship is about two partners who are almost equal. This shows that I'm good, I'm able, and I can. So when I go every time I start saying, I cannot, I tried my best, this happened because of me. This is what I'm saying. I'm claiming that everything that went wrong is because of me. And this is what I'm giving that person. Because from hearing, we are making some sense. We are making some belief. It's like trying to convince somebody that this thing that is blue is red. So when the person gets this message and is convincing, being that I've repeated this more than one time, that this thing is like this, the person starts claiming innocent, even starts seeing himself as being innocent. Since I have claimed and accepted that the fault is mine, the person is no longer guilty. I become guilty. Then, when the person starts making this thing official, that it's your fault that this relationship is not working, Then it turned on me that I'm a failure. I couldn't meet up in my expectations. I started living in pains, regret, suffering, in the guilt of what I did wrong. Though, if well checked, I didn't do wrong like that. But because of what I've said and admitted that I did, it has made me guilty. This is the reason why it's not good for us to accept and make it open to our partner that we are guilty. Until we see the strength of that person, the kind of belief, trust, the kind of person that person is. If it's someone who will use our words against us, if it's someone who's going to manipulate what is going on to use it in his favor, this is why it's not good. And this is why I'm not going to ever agree that I was at fault. I'm going to say, take a look at it confidently. Take a look at it and see how it goes. If it was my fault. And I will need everything to be tabled, just like I'm going to go through it one after the other to see where the fault is coming from, if it's really my fault. And you know this thing, when you've been accused of what you are not, it hurts more than even the self-blame. Because when you later find out that the blame you have taken has nothing to do with you, you are not really the cause of this thing that happened, but because you've used your hand to implicate yourself and say, it's my fault, then it hurts even the more because you condemned yourself and say it is your fault. So this talking too much in this kind of accusation, talking too much when something is wrong, is not really good. It's better for me to think very well and count my words, know my words, know how I put them out and what they mean, the weight of it, and what sense it will make to the person. Because sometimes you talk to people about something, you're making a sentence that means something else to you. It might exactly mean something else to another person. Because the person will say, assuming you did not do this, you wouldn't have put these words like this. It's because of the guilt of this, that's why you're talking like this. Because of what is in your heart, that thing in your mind is making you talk like this, or even ask some questions that might make you guilty. This is why I'm not taking the blame. And this self-blame can destroy you more than you can even imagine. And this will affect your everyday to-day life, that when you go out, anything you do, you start criticizing what you did and say, oh, is it good? Is it not good? Like I have this me judging myself about this thing I did. Is it good like this? Wouldn't it have been better like this? This wouldn't it have been better like this? This is a very pure example I want to tell you now that happened to me in real life. When I started making hair newly, I wanted this to satisfy the customers very well, that they're okay, they're very happy about the hair I make. So every time I will be looking at the hair to see if it's good. Now, looking at the hair gave these people the impression that I was not good at what I did. Because if I was good at it, I wouldn't even take a look at it a second time. But I was making sure that everything is okay. So I will search the hair, look at the hair, touch it, press it, look at it. Because I just wanted to know if everything was okay. This made people believe that what I was doing, I was not even sure of it, that I don't have confidence in what I'm doing. Until one lady from here, a German lady, now told me that I have self-criticism. I like to criticize, I like to search and look at what I do. That she has never seen somebody who does like this before. But that is from the innocence of my heart that I'm doing this. But because she has another profession that is also like this, that when I'm doing this, people will think that I didn't know what I'm doing. That advice that woman gave me helped me a lot. Immediately I stopped doing this, I started getting more customers. And I started doing better in my business than when I was doing like that. Because I was doing that just to help people, just to be sure of what I'm doing. Because I like doing things and going to bed and resting and saying, oh, I did it right. But the way we do it might be misunderstood by people. So you blaming yourself or accepting blames for some things sometimes might not be a very good thing for you. And you also living in self-pity, in judging yourself, might also be wrong. Because have you ever sit down to ask yourself, if these people You are judging yourself every time about. You are trying to satisfy, try to make them happy, to see that they are okay and happy. Do they worry much about you like this? It's very important to know this, because since I know this, I've become a very different person. Ask yourself or try to find out if the way you check yourself to see if what you did is right by the people, if it pleases them, make them happy, the way what you did wrong to people, the way it disturbs you, the way you wouldn't have rest of mind and you wouldn't be yourself, you're sad and disappointed about yourself, does it bother other people the way it bothers you? If you come and find out that it does not bother most people like this, then it's time for you to take a new leaf and start living and enjoying your life, trying to find happiness. Set yourself free from this self-blame, this self-accusation, judging yourself, saying you would have done it like this, you would have done it. Why are you less? Why are you not doing it better than the other person? Somehow, we are created this way you are, saying I want to do well for everyone so that people will be happy, so that they will like it like this. Yes, but most people have tried to step on their conscience, which God gave us. They have stepped on it. Even when they lay wrong accusation on you, they still have find peace. So it's better you find peace in your life and move on. Finding happiness is letting your self-pity go. Self-accusation, wrong judgment, self-blame, everything, setting yourself free from it and being free and whole by forgiving yourself, telling yourself that you have tried and you did your best and you're going to do better. Next time you'll be more careful not to do that again. And make sure that in everything that you matter, putting yourself first matters a lot, because that's what most people do. Why they don't care about how you feel after they might have done you wrong. But I'm not saying you should do people wrong and forget yourself in doing wrong and say that's all what everybody does. No, I'm saying that making sure that each time you do something wrong, it's wrong, it has happened, that you find a way to forgive yourself in the wrong you've done and move on, because that mistake somehow seems not to be the last mistake you're going to make. You living in it and rewinding it and fast forwarding it and taking it, pulling it along each day, each year that comes by does not help anything. Instead, the weight of it drags you down and like pin you to a particular place that you stay without having joy in your life. Doesn't help anything. Most people moved on because I learn each day by what I see other people do. So we try to move on, because when we start keeping every blame, everything we did wrong to ourselves, this is going to make us, in everything we do, we will judge it and we'll put the blame on ourselves, and we will keep adding each day more blame, and things like that. You won't even believe that at a time when somebody gets sick, you might start accusing yourself, it's because you did like this, that's why this happened. So getting this cleared off our head will help us a lot to be free and to move forward in a better, happier, brighter ways to live and understand life and have much relaxed mind and happiness in our life, because this might disturb us from living life the way we want to live it and enjoying it to the fullest. Thank you so much for watching so far, and I would like to have you once more in my next video. Bye. Relationship solution.